Hello, everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
Glad to see you all
That
once again. And let's start. Wait a minute. Wait. In the meantime, just tell me, guys, whether our voice is clear and the screen is visible. Okay. And yeah. So, hello, Amit. Don't call me sir. I am also a student. Yeah. So, hello, Evelyn. Hello, Aditya. Yeah. So, Lakshita, can you check like whether my voice and screen is visible and clear?
Jatin, you're
Yeah,
not
it's
sharing
clear.
your screen.
What?
It's clear.
You're not sharing your screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
will
clear.
share it. Yeah, I will share it. Wait a second. Uh,
Hi
one
Sayam.
minute. Ishnur, by the wait 1 minute. I will join. You can
Yeah, sure.
continue. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So in the meantime, how's the Josh level, everyone?
Um,
Hi, Commander. Hello, Amit.
Hello, everyone. Yeah. So, Ishnur, can you? I think we should start. Like it's around 17:50, and yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sload Station. Good evening. Hello, technical gamer. And yeah, Ishnur, can you please tell all of them that what we did yesterday, like a quick overview?
Yeah, sure. So yesterday
Okay.
we made a skeleton of our website. Today we will be decorating it, adding style to it, and all. Hope you are ready for this.
So yeah, today
So
we'll be working, continuing tomorrow's lecture. Yeah. So okay. So we again welcome all of you to this amazing event, Webn'Tec. Today is the second day of this event, and I hope that all of you have are high in Josh. Okay, and yeah, some of the main prerequisites or some doubts that were to some students were that they weren't able to understand which languages they need to go for this event. So I just want to announce that HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are the basic languages that are used in this event for web development. And also that today's event we will be circulating the form of attendance at random throughout. Ishnur, will you circulate it? Okay, and it will be
yeah,
in the
sure.
description.
Yeah, it will be in the description box.
Yeah, it will be in the description box. And yeah, hi Bhavya, hi Sayam. Hello everyone. So in the meantime, do you have any sort of doubts regarding the event procedure and every sort of stuff? Because we will start the session in right 4 minutes. Let the speaker come in, okay? And uh, yeah. So these are our LinkedIn's. You can connect to us as well on LinkedIn also. This is me, Jatin Miglani, and this is my co-host Lakshita. And you can connect to them on LinkedIn as well. And we have Ishnur also. Okay, so you can connect us. You can also share your LinkedIn profiles after this event and on the comments down below. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's continuing. Okay. So our mentors will be assisting with your all doubts regarding the event. Okay, and I guess it's not it. We should start or we should wait for about 2 minutes.
Wait,
What about backend
there's
languages?
one
Okay,
doubt.
so this event, hmm,
Yeah,
yeah, there
I
is a
was
doubt
also
that
focusing on that.
yeah, what about backend languages? So right now in this event, we are focusing on the front end part. for the backend languages, like you want to connect databases or another servers to your website or web application what you are creating. So for that, we are not focusing on that. Okay, we are not focusing on front end web development right now. In future, yeah, we will help you guys. I guess will organize something related to this
If
in the
the
future.
yeah, if this event goes successfully, we'll organize a backend event too.
Yeah,
Should we
we
go
will
Yes,
do
this
slower
that.
in
event is
designing part?
basically this
Yeah,
event is basically for the front end, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We'll have another boot camp for backend as well in some time.
should we go
Okay,
slower
should
in
we go
designing
slower?
part rather than this
CSS.
all?
So Bhavya, that HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are mostly like very vast languages. Okay, and you can't you can't conclude all the concepts in 2 days. So major portion that is required to make a website, the basic styling, they will be discussed, and it will be discussed by the from the scratch. Like speaker will tell you each and everything, like from the basic, and will tell you the use of it. So yeah, I know it's a little bit difficult to get through all this stuff, but for the yeah, any language, like, you have to some do major portion. Okay, and hi Madhu, good evening. Okay, Evelyn, Google form is not shown in the description, so Google form will be shown in the description. Okay.
I will update
uh,
the description in a few minutes.
yeah,
Let's start.
Shnur will update. We will tell you when we are going to show that. Okay, and
Then we
thank
should
you
tell them
if
about
it's
the GitHub
you.
session.
Yeah, I will tell them about the GitHub. Okay. Thank you. If it's sign, you may you have a good day too, and attendance form will be shared. That's fine. You guys are really doing awesome. Thank you, Bhavya. And which language to going study in basics? Okay. How long this lecture? Okay, this lecture is just a 1 hour long lecture. Like I said, you guys that it's from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Basically, the speaker will be teaching you. Okay, and which language is the best for ECE students. So I am a CSE student, so I guess C++, as my friend is also doing that. So C++ is better. I don't know. There may be some other opinions also. So just don't focus on it. GitHub event will be on 10th of September. Okay, and yeah, it will be fun. Like the websites you will be creating will be deployed all over the internet, and you can show to them, to your friends, to your relatives, and to each and everyone. Okay, and it is going to be fun.
No, no.
GitHub is the most important thing that a CSE undergraduate need to know. Like in his first year, it is mandatory. Like your code, your each and everything related to a technical computer coding, you can put it on GitHub, and websites are the majorly deployed on GitHub by the students. It is very good. It is going to be a fun session over there. Yeah. Tech said, go, let's start GitHub. Sayam, we will be doing on 10 September. Okay. You guys are great who are teaching us for the way. Thank you,
Thank
Evelyn.
you.
Like, we are also the students. We are also learning from our seniors, and yeah. And shout out to our seniors as well. Yeah, thank you. Akshit, yeah, I am from also GNDU. Which programming language will be good for beginners? It's a
Uh,
complex topic.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
I have
it's
seen Python. Python is really good for beginners.
yeah, Python. If you do any one language, then you will be easily like understandable to most of the languages. So just try to do one language as important. So there is no first language. But yeah, Python, Java, and C++, you can choose any one of them. But okay, so these are good. I am from Mars. Okay, Anup. I am from Earth.
Let's start
Yeah.
with
Yeah, let's start the event. So let's welcome our speaker of the event, Shrestha Sahai. Thank you, sir, for doing this session. Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello. Is my voice clear?
yes.
Uh,
Okay.
yes, sir.
I'll
It's
just.
audio.
I think we can just start where. we left yesterday.
Uh,
I'll just share my screen.
yes, sir. Sure, sure. Okay.
Okay, so I hope that some of you had might be having some of the problems with the CSS. So we'll again code the CSS part. I think HTML part was pretty much clear. We'll again code the CSS, this part, how it became horizontal, everything from the scratch, super quickly, and then we'll proceed with other styling stuff. Okay, so first thing, as I have mentioned yesterday also, so first thing was to style different portions of this web page. Okay, so what all things consisted of this web page? First was first was your nav, or let's say whatever, let's say this tag is consisting of all the navs. So we need to style this first, and before that we need to give a overall margin padding or something like that to with all the aspects. So first we'll give the margin as, so that it covers the whole area. We did the same thing yesterday as well. Okay, and I have just added two different images. I told you that I'll give you a shape, and you can have any PNG image of yours, because this will be a resume of yours. So for that I have just added two images using the same thing. Using the I have uploaded the images using that same image ID address where we were left yesterday. Okay, so let's go to the next part. So next step is giving style to this part. Okay, this part consists of image, uh, and this part consists of the nav tags and all of these things. Mostly this nav tag needs to get styled. Okay, so for that what we need to do is, let's give it the class dot h, and we have given it the position as relative. Okay, relative positioning, we have to give it some width. Let's say width is around 80%. Any values according to your use case you can give. We had given this 100 vhk, correct. We can give it some background. So for background I'll just tell you. That is why we are coding it from the very scratch, no? Cool. So for the coloring and the background portion, you can just use, let's say this thing. Let's say for the PNG, so you can just color codes. So this is a website where you can get lots of different colors, and according to them you can use it in your background. Just copy this portion. This is the X color code. Okay, and this will, let's say, help you get over all the colors. Okay, so you can use this htmlcolorcodes.com thing. Okay, so from this only we can just randomly pick any color, and that we will use in a project. Okay, cool. Let's go back to our screen. Okay, cool. Till now, is it clear? Now, let's say we are giving it some random hex color code. So let's give it E, and that will be having of 6 colors, because that is the code. Okay. So now let's see that is some color applied to our, yes, this color is applied to our division. Okay, cool. This is done. Now next comes is styling the nav part. Nav part is display flex. Okay, next part was what? Giving it some width. So let's give it some width. Okay, margin. So auto margin is, I already told in the previous class that margins on the all of the sides. Now what after this, what happens next was padding elements. So let's give it padding 20 pixels. Okay, After this, let's give the align items. So alignment comes to the center. Okay. And this positioning goes out to be related. Okay. This is the, let's say, the nav based styling that we, let's say, have given. Let's give this. Okay, cool. Now after this, let's style our UI elements, our list elements, UL. Okay, so it will be styled according to li. Display was what? Inline block to make them position at a. Okay, cool. This is done. Then list style is, what is the list style? List style is none. Okay, let's give them some margin. Margin is, let's say, 10. All for all, if I want to give, let's say this is, we have 4 directions, so all the 4 let's say if I have given parameters, like let's say I write 20 here, so the margin is given in these 2 directions out of 4. Okay, after this what happens? After this what happens? Position spelling. At which place position spelling is wrong? Hmm. And also let's give the justified content parameter. Justify content as space between. So spaces will be present between them. Okay, cool. As soon as I add this position, it comes to my right side. Okay, all of these things are justified now. And yeah. Okay, let's now give some other adjustments to this. Let's add UI is added. Okay, cool. Now this is, let's say, done. Let me first write the full thing, then I'll explain you if there is some doubt. Okay, now after this we need to style this href a tags so that our links are having some styling. Okay, after this what will happen? Text decoration, we have made it to text decoration as none. Okay, so the underline thing is gone now. Okay, let's give it some color. Let's give it, what is the, you might be knowing that the color code for back is this. Okay, we can give it some random as well, and let's make the font weight as bold. Okay, this is done. Now let's give the hover effect to it. Li a dot hover. Let's make the color as red on hovering. Okay, see, this effect is applied. Clear, everyone? Okay, cool. This is hovering effect, that when we hover over it, it becomes red. Now let's see what is the next thing. Next is this text, whatever we are having. I am Shreyas, whatever this is the thing we are having, we can, let's say, modify that as well. So how can we modify that? Let's see. So after this dot b, and let's give styling to this. Let's give some margin, and margin left side. Why left side? Because it is going towards lot of, so we need to make it come towards our side. So let's give it 8% left margin, and let's say 15% right margin. Okay, and let's give it top margin as, so that it comes in. Okay, this looks a lot better. Okay, so this is one thing. Now after this, what we need to do, is, let's say, uh yeah, so after this we need to style this h1 tag. And let's say if I want to write this I am Shresht and Shresht this in some different color, okay, in some different color, so we add a span tag here, and in that span tag we can change the color. I'll show you how we can do that. So first let's modify our dot b h1, and in this h1 we are, let's say, modifying the, let's modify the font size. This is the different types of styling that we are, let's say, applying. Font size is there. We are changing the color. Let's make the color as hash to 1 to 1 to 1. Okay, and let's give some margin bottom. We are giving this margin bottom as, let's say, 20 pixels. Okay, if I want to, as I told you, if I want to modify my span tag, means this should be written in some other color, so I'll just use span and give it some color, let's say orange, so it will change to orange color. Okay, see, this gets changed. Till now I hope things will be clear. Okay, now let's come to my uh, p tag, this statement, whatever p tag is there. So for the p tag, what I'll do is dot b p, let's color it to something, let's say, triple five. See, the it's a little bit fadish color, or let's give it some color as green, so it will become green. Okay, let's say this becomes, now this happened, this is done. After this, what we'll do is, let's say I'll give it a line height, so it is the maximum height that it can go to, let's say. Okay, okay, so line height just gives the minimum height of the, let's say, whatever content is there, whatever is the minimum height that it can fit into it. Okay, so that is the line height that I've given. Let's slightly increase it a bit to 25, so that it is, let's see, you've seen the difference, it is a bit more clear. Okay, cool. Web dev, cool. Cool, this is now done. Now let's focus on the A tags which are present here. Means uh, this anchor tag download CV1. So how will we deal with this? Dot B and this button, I mean to say dot B and A, and we'll just copy out. So first let's give it some background. Okay, so let's give it to, okay, so there's a background applied to it. Now let's add some padding, margin and all of them, so that it becomes a little better style. Okay, see this padding. And so text decoration I need to make as none, text decoration as none. Okay, now let's add the font weight. So if I add some font weight to bold, so it will become a bit bold. Okay, let's add some color. Okay, and let's reduce it to 22. 25. So this neck needs to have certain margin, no? Now, so first let's make it display as inline. Okay, let's give it some margin. Let's give it some border radius. So border radius, you will see that what happens when border radius I apply this property. If I give it a 5 pixel border radius, see, this becomes curved. Clear till now? Anything that is not clear till now, quickly tell me, because after this we'll use of some animations. What thing is not clear? Okay, great. So this becomes, it becomes a good looking button kind of structure with a border radius. Now let's try to style whatever images we are having. A image of a person whose, this is the resume, and this is a shape. Okay, so let's see how we can, let's say, use both of them. Okay, so this is the img tag where images is having this class. So classes and id are different in this sense that id is a unique thing, that a specific element can be styled here, but that is not the case with the classes. Okay, with one class you can style multiple elements like this one. Okay, so yeah, let's start styling this part. So images, okay, so there is images tag. Let's give it some width. Let's give it width as 45%. These are all numbers that you need to figure out by yourself when you are actually coding things. Okay, okay, so changes to the div has happened. Clear? Now let's give your img certain things. So because this is what, this is your img tag. Okay, so what happens in this, let's say dot images img. So first let's give them a height 100%. After this, giving them position. Okay, making them move towards the left first part, 50%. Bottom. Okay, so like this, they have come together, moving them towards the left 50%. Okay, this much CSS is clear to everyone. This portion is clear. Okay, now let's see one of the different things. Like, let's say we want to add certain more amount of padding, radius and things, so that all of the elements are present in one state. Okay, so first let's see some of the animation effect, then we'll, let's say, make them look even more better. Okay, I just wanted to demonstrate the working like this, because this is a shape and this is image, and just have made changes to the sizes of both of them. Okay, so now let's give them some animation effect. After that we will, let's say, give them certain more effects. Okay, so that all of them looks a better place. Okay, see, now let's come to this place. This place becomes, okay, this img. Now there is the animation tag is known as the transform tag. So if I apply this transform tag, it moves in, it moves like a 2D, in it moves in a 2D plane of a structure. If I give a translate value to this, no, if I give a translate value to this, so this will, if I, let's say, give a translate x, so translate x and give it minus 50 or plus 50%, it will move in the x direction, reverse x direction 50%. Okay, and if, after this, if I give it a transition, after transform I have to apply transition, and if I give it bottom 1 second, comma, left 1 second, we'll see that what happens. Okay, now after this, nothing but we will apply a hover effect, and we'll see that how this hover effect is helping us modify things. This is the shape class that we have defined inside the image. See, and this is the girl class of this image. Let's make it boy. Okay, and make this as, this is the shape class of this shape. Okay, so once we give this shape, let's give them a bottom movement of 40 pixels. So when we will hover over this, no, what will happen? It will get mod shifted by this person. Okay, similarly we'll give the images. Are you able to see the modification? See, as soon as I press over this, it is, as soon as I am hovering over this is transitioning. Okay, are you able to see the animation effect? Similar animation effect we have to apply on the uh, boy class. So hover dot boy, and let's give it a left percentage, 45%. it's taking some time to load. Sometimes it happens in portion. Okay, so hmm, okay, see now both of them, if I hover on both of them are, let's say, moving. Okay, so this is some kind of animation that we have applied over this portion. Is it clear? Okay, great. After this, let's see some of the hovering effect on the socials. Then we, let's say, modify it to look a bit better. Okay, after this you can attach some JavaScript as well. We'll see that all of them, but let's see. Okay, so after this, let's apply some of the hover is done. After this, let's apply the social one on the social. So social is your fab or your all these tags and stuff. Okay, so you can give them some margin of left. Let's give them margin as 9%. Let's give it some margin as margin top of 100 px. Okay, so it is having certain margin. Now let's give them, let's give them black color. Okay, after this, let's give them a margin right 20 pixels. Okay, so that there is some space, and let's give them a hovering effect as well. So dot social a dot hover. Let's make the color as orange on hovering it. So okay, so hmm, now let's say it is having lots of different marks. Let's wait and try to see what all code we have written till now. Okay, and then we'll try to style each and every part of it. Cool. uh Great. So we can add certain font family as well. Let's add some different font. For different font you can use let me just give you some font as well, font links as well, so you can just go to this page and just font family. So you will have this MDM documentation from which you can, let's say, have lots of different fonts and you can use them in your code. So let's say I'm using this sans ref1 and pasting over here. Okay, so there are lots of options that you can, let's say, use. if the hover property defined for the class is doing animation, then why we are specifying a function for all the properties like transform? So because we have, because see this, because I have applied similar properties over different one as well. No, yeah, we can apply bootstrap, but I think this workshop is not a part, is not having the bootstrap thing into it. That is why. Hmm. Okay, so position. Oh, I think I had missed the position relative thing here. Okay, okay. So that to answer that question, see, I have applied different properties over the hover button as well. No, when I'm hovering over this, I have specifically modified it. See, this property gets applied over all the images. Where is the img present? Img is present, and this one gets applied over. Uh, let's say, see, it is having forget about this id for now. See this under this image we are having this as well, no, img. So under this image, the img tag, whatever it is present, we are applying this style on that, and inside that specifically this is also getting applied, because on the class boy and on the thing on the other part, let me just remove the source from here for uh, f- for now to make you understand the code a bit. Let's say I, so that there is some space. Okay, let me copy paste it here for now. Okay, so see this one as well. Okay, so when I'm using this thing, so you can see that this is a div of images, and under this div we have two img tags, and these two tags styling is applied, this one also, this one also, and all of them. And but to specifically some of the styling is also applied to these parts, means some specific styling is applied to this, that is the left one on hovering, and some specific properties applied to this, so that makes it distinguished from one another. Okay, that is the thing. Cool. Now let's see, let's try to see the css part once again, and we'll try to make it look even better. Okay, so this is what happens, this is the h property that is, let's say, completed in the h tag. Okay, we have given it certain background and everything appears correctly. Okay, great. Now let's see the nav one. So display flex, if we want to understand, so display flex is nothing but, my screen is visible, no? So display flex is nothing but y- what the name says. As the name says, display flex is there is a flexbox container first thing. So what is a flexbox container? So it will help you to, let's say, give a flexible responsive layout structure, means it should not float or position anyway in, let's say, any of the places. That is what is a flex property all about, means flexible according to its parent element, alignment according to its parent element. Okay, all the available free spaces is, let's say, uh, getting cared of by the elements, or there is not much free space that needs to be. Okay, so this is one thing. Now after this, what are the other properties that we have seen? This becomes, the position becomes relative. Let's try to change them a bit, and let's add some more spaces between the nav one from the starting position. This is the h1, this is the nav1. Okay, this is done, this is clear. Mm, okay, this is the hover one. This is, let's try to add some more spaces in this. So inside my h tag, inside my nav tag. Okay, so let's, we are given margin as auto. Let's add a 0 here. So there is some more space. Uh, okay, align items are center, spaces between them. Okay, list decoration. Let's try to add one more image. Let's try to add some logo kind of thing here. Okay, so this is the URL that is being given. Let's try to add some logo here from the internet, some random logo. See, this is a very large size logo. So let me choose a smaller one. PNG logo images. Hmm. So we can add certain logo here as well. So let me just copy the link for now and paste it over here so that we can change it in the later. Okay, so this is what is looking like for now, and here we will be having our let's say our two images that you can use your images at this way. Now how we can add certain javascript to this, how we can add certain javascript to this. So for that, let me go to that, just a second. Hmm. Hmm. So if I go to Haskell flow and try to make you understand things. So with the help of JavaScript, we actually manipulate the DOM. So for that, what is a DOM? So DOM is nothing but a document object model. Okay. So DOM is nothing but a document object model. So whatever is the access page, so whenever, let's say we have opened this Facebook website. Okay, we have opened this Facebook website. So whichever web page is loaded, so the browser, whatever is the browser, it creates, it creates a DOM of the thing. DOM is document object model. Okay, so with the object model, so all the JavaScript gets all the power to, let's say, make changes to this thing. Okay, JavaScript adds power to, let's say, change this portion, whole this thing. So with the help of JavaScript, because JavaScript is a language for the browsers, and we will, let's say, add different changes to this. Now how are, let's say, some of the things used, some of the some of the simple JavaScript functionalities are in the CSS, where we can define properties before writing property. We use dot and some other operators. Don't, can you please explain that? Okay, so in the CSS part, let me, I've just added some more spaces between them so that your nav tag is, let's say, looking like a bit better. Oh, I think my screen was not shared. Oh, let me just share my screen. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So in the CSS part, if we'll see what is happening, let's say we are having a D tag, or we are having a span tag, or some other tag, any tag. So classes are all time accessed by this. So if we had made a class, uh, let's say we have made a p tag here, and we have written hi welcome. Okay, so after this, if we have closed this p tag, if I have closed this p tag and I have given this a class, so let's say this class is given as p1. So in order to style this welcome hi welcome thing in the css file, we can write it like this dot p1, and let's say give all the, let's say, font size and different properties to it. Font size equals to 12 pixel and stuff. And if I had given this some id, let's say if I have given this some id, so id can be accessed like hash. Okay, is it clear? Is this portion clear? Is it clear to everyone? Okay, after this, let's say if I want to change, make, add javascript. So javascript is added in two ways. So there, either you have to make a script.js file and write your javascript, link it to my normal page. But if you want to add certain javascript, let's say you have to write the script tags like this inside this script tag coming to this place. So there is this function known as document dot. First, let's focus one by one on different functions. So let's first take this portion and let's paste it here. So document is the whole page that is available to you. Okay, so document dot get element by id means whichever element is having this id change, go to that one and then make changes. So here inner html is the html that is present over here. Let's say if I let's remove this, let's make it move towards my original portion. Okay, so it is present over here. So what this will do, it says that get element by id. Get element by id means wherever the id change is present, wherever the id change is present, go to that one. So here I have given id change to your download cv button. You have to make changes to this. Okay, so first, this is the thing. And change is making one on clicking. On click is a function that is present inbuilt. Okay, so on clicking this, you have to invoke this function. In javascript, functions are written as like you do in, let's say, your competitive programming part. So in javascript, function f, and you just have to write the function. This is how function is declared. Okay, this is how a function is declared. Cool. And after this, what happens on clicking, this is getting executed. And at the same point, let's say what this will do, document.get id change dot inner html. Inner html is the inner html, change it to welcome. This means that when I'll click on this button, when I'm just clicking on this download cv1, it will change to welcome. See, welcome. Clear everyone? For whom, those of you are clear with this one, can you just type a yes or a no? Is it this thing clear? Hmm. Great. Similarly, we are having lots of different properties of javascript. Okay, so similarly we are having, let's say, lots of different properties of javascript, and we can, let's say, add them. You can link your cv, just put in the url of your document, and then it will us everything in this page is, let's say, the hovering effect, everything. This is the space that I've just added with the help of CSS here. Okay, so what happens in these kind of websites, that mostly JavaScript part is, let's say, heavily done. This in, if you have to in if you have to use the JavaScript inside your HTML only, you can use the script tag, else you can combine it with your external JavaScript file. But here the JavaScript amount is very less, so we can just use the inbuilt as well. Okay, inbuilt JavaScript as well. This thing is clear to everyone. Now one thing more, let's say if I wanted to change it to some other thing, uh, or let's say add some more attribute, we can do that as well. Okay, so what I'll do is, let's add some more different attributes, like let's say I want to change the color of welcome as well. So for that, what we need to do, for that we need to change its style. We can do styling with the help of this as well. So how, let's see that. So for that, let's add some uh let's add some of more of the things. Okay, let's take that on clicking this button gets this, whatever text is present here, let's say it gets disabled. Okay, so for that there is command known as uh, document dot get, I'll just copy the same thing and make the dot style as uh, none. Let's see what happens with this. First let me copy both of them, paste it over here, and I'll just copy that. Okay, and okay, so what I have done, I have just, let me make a bit of modifications to this. So document dot get id, and let's make this to change. If I make the display as none, so what will happen, let's see. Okay, so once I click on this is no more present, display becomes none. Everyone understood this? See, is there display, is there any display? No. Okay, similarly we can apply lots of different effects to it. Okay, we can change the display dot color as well to blue, and lots of properties are there. Okay, we can change the text as well, we can change the color as well, lots of different things we can use. Okay, see, this welcome comes and this comes in blue color because I have changed it to welcome. And let's say let's uh, CV here, let's write CV here. So let it get overload reloaded again. CV here, color is also changed. Cool, is this making sense? So JavaScript is a very good language for getting all the for getting started with web development or a front end career. Most of the 90% of the jobs, so people who are preparing for jobs and placements, so for them JavaScript is absolutely a blessing. You, and in the current scenario, projects are also given as much as weightage as your programming, your competitive programming part is concerned. So if you are having good projects, you will be shortlisted for all the companies, because mostly what happens is people let's say are from let's say non IITs and stuff. So not the all the companies did the campus. So for them, let's say having this full stack knowledge, this front end knowledge, basics, and this is let's say a must in today's world. So it is quite important that you have good JavaScript, or let's say good full stack knowledge, so you can because this will be helpful, and this soul can give you lots of job opportunity, because lots of companies are there that solely hire based out of JavaScript and let's say the MERN stack or the mean stack development. And this is let's say one of the highest paid jobs that are present over there. So JavaScript is absolutely a very, very vital thing that you must know, because this is also easy to learn, you can say. But the thing is, the job guaranteed thing, which things that guarantee you a job, uh, one of the core asset thing is JavaScript, because learning it is very important. Image adjustment part. Okay. Image adjustment part. Okay, okay, I'll explain that. So let's go down to your this part, no. So what happens, no, I'll give you explanation with a whiteboard. Just give me 1 minute. Let's say, I'm having some container like this. Okay, I'm having one container. Inside this container there are two more containers, one and two. Okay, so let's this name is C1, let this name is C2. Okay, now let's see, I'm saying, and this name is, let's say, C. This is the big container. If I apply this some styling over this C, okay, it will automatically be applied to, let's say I have applied styling 1 to this one. So if these two containers are part of this C, so 1 is also present over here. Correct? Sorry, 1. For now, 1 is only present. Both is having 1. Now let's say if I apply some styling specifically on this using some ID or some class, something like that, let's say second styling is applied on this, this is applied on this, but not this and this. And let's say I apply some styling 3 over this, then this 3 is applied over C2 only, not over C1 and C. But in overall, this is having styling of 1 and 2, and this is having styling of 1 and 3. This box is having outer one, C is only having styling of 1. Clear, everyone? Yes. Great. So I just told you, okay, let's go over once again. Let's say I'm having this box. Container 1 is there, container 2 is there. I apply some styling 1 over this box. So this box is having one styling, this is contained inside this. So this is also having one styling, this is also having one. I applied some styling, let's say some other 2 over this one and 3 over this one. In overall, this is having two styles, this is having two styles, 1 and 2, this is having 1 and 3, which was applied externally using some ID over it or using some class over. This is also having the same thing, but this is only having this property. That is what we have done with the JavaScript code, I told you, no, we can write the JavaScript code. Let me just share the code pen page. So mostly you should try to write the JavaScript code inside in an external file, but if the code length is small, you can write it over here as well. Let's say this is only 4 5 lines of code, so you can write it here as well. Okay, that is not the big thing. Like this is called inline JavaScript, this is called externals JavaScript. So you can save it into script.js file, script.js file inside the folders, and let's say you can save it and attach it to this place. For attaching, you have to, let's say, just use the src attribute, which is like this. Mm, like this. Just you have to include this portion in your code like this. Okay, so you will get, let's say, get rid of this thing, and you can write this portion in your here. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so what you need to do now, you just need to attach your resume here. Okay, and you can, let's say, attach other things as well. So basically and you, what you need to do, you can, let's say, you, if you have some LinkedIn, you have some Facebook, so you can, let's say, instead of that hash, you can write your LinkedIn, Facebook, so that on clicking of this you get automatically redirected towards your LinkedIn portion or your any other places. Okay, so there are lots of functions. Let's say this can be done using class as well. So if I replace it with class, so it will change according to the class of the pre-described functions. Color will change to blue and stuff will be there. So let's focus some, learn some of the new technique. So let's say this is the thing. After this, you want to apply certain more stylings over this. So some more stylings, let's say, uh, display as none, we have done. There is one more uh, good thing in JavaScript, that is a alert box. Sometimes in some website you see, no, that there are alert boxes present, there are some alert boxes that are present. So you can also incubate them in your, let's say, uh, you can write something like alert and give them some, let's say I give it some value high. Okay, so if I give them some value high, let's try to make use of inline JavaScript for now. Okay, okay, now let's see what will happen. Okay, is this box clear to everyone? Is it visible? I think it is not. No, just give me 1 minute. This kind of box will be visible to all of you. I think because of screen sharing, it was not, you were not able to see that. Just give me a second. Image is visible on the nav bar. Which image? Okay. First, let's see this one. This thing. Okay. So if I just reload it, let's say I'll make it to hello. Okay. Okay. Now I when I click on this, it gives you a hello. Cool. Visible to everyone. And I click on OK. Okay. Image is visible on the nav bar when scrolling. How to fix it? Image visible on the nav bar. Uh, you can try some more random. Okay, I'll guess just give you these links. Just give me 1 second. You can you have to, let's say, make adjustments to it, not to your image. You have to just change the size of your image. That is what you need to do mostly. Media queries. So quickly I'll give you a quick walkthrough over the media queries. Mostly uh, okay. So media queries. Let me share my screen. So coming to media queries, so media queries are nothing but so there was a @media rule that was introduced in CSS2, I think. Okay, so what that rule states that it is very possible to let's say define different style for different medias. And that is what is the main thing. Okay, mostly let's say there is some media property, let's say like media screen, and different property, just another way of styling, just a attribute of the things. Let's say I give it 400 pixels. Okay, and I give it some body background. It is mostly for the media elements. Let's give it some color as green. This is done. So different media elements are, let's say, modified using this. Media elements can be your different things. Means properties can be properties like this color, hover, all of them margin mostly remains same. Okay, like these things happen. Okay. Okay, there is not okay. So what is this thing? You can just replace your image with whatever things you are having. Let's say, and you can, let's say, give it JavaScript according to these things. Similarly, so see, the good practice of doing things is using a VS Code, making making a directory out of it, and let's say coding down things. That is the best sure strategy for all the different positions. Okay, a deployment of this can be done on GitHub, and GitHub is one such tool that is being used by each and everyone. If you are into software engineering, without GitHub you cannot imagine your career. So that is one thing. GitHub is the most important and the most vital tool. Okay, so that is the thing regarding all of these places. Okay, so you can add lots of theoretical things as well. Like we have added this, you can press on this button, go to your resume. You can add some random things as well. So mostly you can give them a better, let's say, things. You can incubate certain different pages. Let's say on clicking, go to this page, on this, go to this page. So that can be easily done using your let's say, just you have to, what you have to do, you have to just replace these hashes with the links. So basically on just clicking over them, it goes to those particular links. Anything like that can be. Any more doubts on these things? Anything that is not clear? So deployment is like you have to make it available towards to the users. Okay, you have to make it available to the users. So for that you have to deploy your deploy your pages onto the servers. So browser, let's say, how it renders is the thing that it parses on the full data. So there is a tokenization process, so which happens, that will help you, let's say, render all the data. So there is a rendering engine as well, that does all the things with the browser. Okay. 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 Can one use as well? Yes, yes, this is the same thing on. So grid system is nothing but a grid based layout. So it's just a way of presentation. Okay. Means there is header, there is menu, main, right footer. So all of them is, let's say, divided into grid format. Okay, I think we can continue with the rest of the things on the next thing. But uh, yeah, code I have already shared. I have shared. You will get it with whatever group that you will be having. Okay, cool. Then I think we can end this. Bye.
So yeah, how was it? So right now, Mr. Like Sir has told you to making a website. They have made a page. You can link many pages by the similar manner, like he has shown to you. Okay, so just make it. Do modifications. Do modify. Do design. You can surf through internet. You can make changes or do anything you want to your website, but use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, because if you use anything else, like it may hinder your chances of winning on 10 September. Like 10 September, we are having our GitHub session. Yeah, as Sir said, GitHub is the major important thing that every CSS, IT, or any technical student need to understood. Okay, so for that, we are having GitHub session on 10 September, and we will be teaching you how to deploy your website, your code to GitHub. But for that, like we have coded everything on codepen.io. Okay, just you after writing your code, means I want to say that write your code in Visual Studio Code. If you have write your code in codepen.io, do save it and do open it on your Visual Studio Code, because GitHub session is like you have to save your files or save your code files in your computer. Okay, so for these two sessions codepen.io was really working very good, but for GitHub session you need to save your code to your browser. Please, can I use HTML CSS?
Yes.
Yeah, you can use. Yeah, you can use. I know that JavaScript is a little bit of difficult language and it doesn't you can't understand it in a single day. So just try to implement it, like try to search internet or use search what search said today. Okay, and I guess Ishnur, you can give it shout outs to all the active participants. And one more thing, that have you all filled the attendance form? Like it has been shared to you, it is pinned, right? Yeah, am I right, Ishnur?
Yeah. It's in description box also.
Yeah. So Ishnur, yeah, it's your hand over to you. Okay.
Akshat, the GitHub session will be on 10th. We'll share you.
So please let us know how to upload. Vanchika, what
Oh,
did I didn't get it? Hmm, okay. Uh, okay. Like you want me to tell you how to upload your code to GitHub. Oh, that session will be conducted separately on 10th of September at the same timing, that is the next Saturday. So the same speaker will be teaching you. Thank you so much everyone for, yeah, thank you Evelyn for
okay.
joining. Yeah, it can't be without your audience. Uh, yeah. And one more thing, the major audience was concerning about that, when will they get their certificate of participation and every sort of thing. You guys, it will be provided to you in just a day or two, as I have to send it to, yeah, our sponsors. And yeah, it will be provided. Our attendance, yeah, it has been shortlisted. You have filled the form. I must make sure that you have filled the form. Your attendance will be marked as you have filled the form. Okay, and thank you A Faith Sign. You were an active participant, I got it. Yeah, active participant shout out, Ishnur. Yeah, you can give it.
So we have Bhumika Acharya, Vanshika Gupta, Aditi Jain, Rohit Garg. We have Vanshika Gupta and Sada,
We have
Sarthak,
Akshat.
Varun. We have A Faith Sign. We have
Okay,
is it Kevin or
Akshat.
Kevin?
uh, I
And we have
sorry for,
Evelyn.
yeah, Evelyn.
Yes. Sorry for the mispronunciation. Oh yeah.
So
And for GitHub session, make sure that your files are ready,
yeah.
because we won't be able to upload your code. We will be uploading your files to GitHub,
Yeah, so make sure to have downloaded that file or save that code in your local computer or local PC, local storage,
your
so
local
that
storage.
in, yeah, yeah, that's, yeah. Thank you,
Thank you.
Sarthak. Uh, Thank you, Mathesh. And thank you, Gadgetex. Attendance. I said that attendance has been marked. Make sure that you have filled the form. Like we have form here for just like 15 minutes after the end of this session. Like it will be present over there. So make sure to fill it out. Okay. And nice. Thank you, Sayam. Thank you, Janardhan. And bye, Evelyn. Thank you for joining. Hope to see you again in the GitHub session. And should we upload the code to GitHub in prior? Yeah, if you know, yeah, you can. But the form for the submission of your websites for contest, okay, so it will be form will be present on 10th, and yeah, on 10th it will be present to your groups as well as in the YouTube description. Okay, and when we will be competing, okay, you guys will be competing on 10th of September. Like GitHub session will be there, and after that session we will provide you a Google form in which you will submit your website code, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Or sorry, you will submit your GitHub repository, GitHub
Repository.
repository or GitHub file. Okay, repository. Yeah. So files means, ma'am, file. Yeah. When you like, if you are coding in codepen.io, then you have to save your file in your local storage so that we can deploy it on GitHub. Okay. So yeah, when you will save it, it will come in the form of a file or a zip file. You just need to save it. Okay. And thank you, Jay Kumar. Whatever the code we have done, yeah, Manchika, whatever code we have done. Okay, do make the modification as per your, because we love to see your creativity, what you have made. Okay, GitHub pages link. Uh, yeah, you have to give GitHub pages links. Okay, and where is attendance? It is pinned. Uh, who has said that? Attend. Okay, Guneet. God, thank you, Guneet, telling that. Uh, Thank you, admin. See you guys on 10th. Yeah, same. Thank you. Same to you. Yeah. Okay. So I guess, Ishnur, if you want to tell something to them, or we should end.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Once again, a gentle reminder that form is like attendance form is displayed in the description box below for 15 minutes after the end of this event, and after that it will be removed. So make sure to fill it out. Like I know. Okay. Once send the form link, please. It after the end of this session, it will be displayed in our description box as well. Also, it is pinned in this chat. So right now it is pinned. Thank you, Anjali. Skill up
No,
friends.
no,
Okay,
Mohit, we
bye.
are not from CGC.
No, we are not from CGC. Yeah, but CGC is our collaborating partner. Shout out to them
Yeah,
also. Okay,
yeah.
are you guys? They have been helping us since many months. Yeah, and yeah, you okay, Akshat? Yeah, we will be providing you such events like in the future also. Okay, and it will be
Thank,
more fun. Uh, yeah, thank you,
thank you,
Admilison
and
Azevedo. Okay. We want Android development event. Okay, Akshat. Akshat, I think you are from GNDU. So GDSC
yeah,
GNDU is already organizing that. So make sure to keep a check on that. Okay,
we'll
Akshat.
look forward to
Karpagam.
9th September.
Yeah. So who Mahesh is from Karpagam College of Engineering. Okay, thank you, Mahesh, for joining this event. Okay, Jaya Kumar is also from the same college. Evelyn is from Landron. Okay. Thank you, Evelyn, for being the active participant from the day one to this day. Okay, so we want an event on roadmap to technical world. Okay, I will talk to my organizer, like founder, and will surely provide you that. Love from G and A. Same, bro. Okay. And Nerd Hirsch. Also a shout out to Nerd Hirsch. He was there from since first event. Okay. Yeah. And yes, we are there for Android development. Siam is actually yeah, we will be there for it. Thank you. And I think we should end it because you guys might be, yeah, okay.
We need
If you
bike.
want to interact with, huh? If you want to interact with us, I have already shown you that we are on LinkedIn. I will provide my LinkedIn account on the in the comment section in the same event. So do connect with me. I will also love to connect with each and every one of you. So have to do tasks by using, yeah, just make sure that these 5 days are given to you just to make things very beautiful, like in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Try to make the website uh, very good, and yeah, it will be selected for winning if it is judged by our judges. Okay, happy Onam.
Happy
Yeah,
Onam to
happy
you.
Onam. Most of the guys, participants are from Kerala. They were saying that they have Onam festival. So sorry, we are conducting this event right now because we have some international audience as well as audience from North India as well. So it was difficult. Yeah. Uh, Anup Kumar, you will not get a bike. We don't have that much sponsorship. Okay. 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 Village boy. Hi. Okay.
Bye.
Bye,
Okay, we'll
everyone.
see you in the
Okay,
GitHub session. Bye.
bye.